Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the studio. Happy New Year. I can't believe we're in 2025 already. I don't have my coffee. I left I left my coffee, but I wasn't going to go back out. So I feel like the lighting in here is really strange. Let's see if I cut that off or at least cut it down. Oh no. We want it to still be bright. But anyways, I have some things. I haven't been on here in the studio live since right before Christmas. Maybe, not sure. But I have been out here live out on the ranch with the puppies because that's been my life. Okay, I'm going to give it a few minutes to let people check in, get their notifications, and then they'll join us. So I won't get started with what's on my desk yet. We will just take some time. I do have a pen I need to test and see if it works. Where is it at? I don't know. Hello. Where's my chat box? Oh, hold on. Let me get my chat box out. I think that's it. That is it. Oh, I'm doing good. Doing better. 2025 is going to bring a whole lot. I'm not going to say a whole lot. We're going to say it's going to bring change. My word for the year is change. Change. Let's see. Word of the year is change. Bernadette, I get you again? Yes. I am here for it. And is thank you for the boop. Remember, we hit that boop, and that lets people know, no, no. All right, let me see if I can remember. There it is. Okay, word of the year is change. That's my word of the year. Do you have a word of the year? All right, we're going to give it a little bit of time so we can let people chime in, and then I'm going to unpack my bag. And when I say unpack my bag, I packed my bag for 2025. What I'll be going into 2025, well, what I came into 2025 using. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. I've been spending a lot of time in the studio with my granddaughter. Like I haven't been on here because I've been taking the time to hang out with her. She leaves tomorrow and I'm a little sad. Just a little sad. I just got finished telling her that I've enjoyed her. Like she's so self-sufficient. When I tell you, it's really been great having her. And she's a mini me, so we got to hang out in the studio pretty much every day she was here. Like she has some stuff over there. Let's see if I can kind of show you. That was her little table. She got her stuff over there. And I will add her stuff to my show. Let's see. We got some, yeah, we'll add her stuff. So I can show you just how talented she is. All right. Let's see. We got 2 more minutes because 5 minutes. We wait 5 minutes for everybody to get their notification. I moved some things. Change is my word of the year for 2025. It chose me. I didn't choose it. Every corner I walked around, everything, a relationship, people's friendships, it was like change. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just for me, I was looking at some things. Oh, you need to change this. You need to change that. I'm giving up people pleasing. So therefore, that meant relationships are going to change because people are in it. So you got to change how I do things. And is that going to be fine for everyone? Probably not. Because when you're a people pleaser, you tend to make sure everyone else is happy. And you are kind of going along to get along. And I'm not doing that anymore. That's just where we are. And it's okay. I'm not worried about it. I am praying, and I know that the Lord has revealed to me in 2024 that it's time. It's time for me to change how I show up in the world, in people's lives. Now, what I do as a business, like literally helping mothers navigate through their grief journey after losing a child to death, either by tragedy, just losing a child, period. Doesn't matter how they've lost them. Death is death. And so that's really why I had to pay attention to the signs that God was giving me. It's just like, you're healing, you're doing all the things, but you're still over here doing these things and you're telling people. So I had to take my own advice. So in 2024, I practiced what I was preaching. And it was like, take care of you first. You can't take care of anyone else unless you take care of you. So over 23, 24 of saying you can't pour from an empty cup, I finally started listening and be like, wait, hey, girl, you can't pour from an empty cup either. This cup is empty. I can't get nothing out of it. No matter how much I want it, no matter how much I talk to it and say, hey, I wish there was water in here, it's not going to come. I have to physically get up and go put some water in here. So I have to fill my own cup first. That's my whole point. Hence is how we walked into change. Now, let me see, I'm trying to make sure. But what I was saying was the studio. So I've changed the studio a little bit, not a whole lot. I got rid of some things that was no longer serving me. Like I haven't used it since I've been in here. Or if it hasn't been open since I remember buying it, I put it in a pile and I gifted it to someone. I set 3 boxes off this, year, that stuff I didn't need. Got stuff over there still needs to go. Um, what else? We cleared off a lot of clutter back here because I wanted to streamline. So we cleaned off some of our carts. We just did good. So change. We changed some things. All right, so let's go over here. We're over 5 minutes, so let's go over here and check out what's on the desk. Okay, that's not the camera. Now I got a new phone, so now I have to choose the right camera. Hold on. I got to figure out which one it is. There it is. So I'm going to have to change the name. Chi-Town, what's up? What's up? What up? Well, I had to reach high for that one. Ooh. Bernadette, I see you laughing. Anyways, over here on the desk, we've learned how to do something new. Y'all know I said change. So I've mastered them roses and I needed a challenge. So I went over on Skillshare where I usually go and get most of my classes. I got this book and this book is going to be about making these flowers. And I kind of like this, but I'm going to do something else in here. I don't like the way that comes out. It kind of pops off the page looking at it now. But look at that. These are new flowers. Don't ask me what they're called. I know you. Listen, I can see the smile from here. Are you at work? So here are, and it's on brown paper, craft paper. So I had some craft paper left. And the lady that was teaching it on Skillshare, she did it on craft paper, and I was doing it on white paper, and I was trying to figure out why it didn't look like hers. But these were cute. I like these. And I was just like, oh, those are cute. Like, but why don't they look like hers? And then I realized, hey, girl, she's using craft paper. She said the supplies was craft paper. So this is what it is. So now when I got the craft paper, hence is why I got my craft book, because this is craft paper in a book. And then I just pulled out my, but look at, these are so, it's like, oh my goodness, these are beautiful. Craft paper. So if you get some craft paper, or if you get, like, those Amazon boxes that come and you get a box and it has brown paper in it, that's just craft paper. Save that paper and paint on it. Don't throw it away. We don't throw away anything. We try to reuse everything within time limit. I had to get rid of some stuff that I haven't used. But look at, so this is with a new brush too. I ordered the brushes that she has, but in the meantime, I have been using my dagger upside down. I was trying to figure out why wasn't it working for me, and I realized she was right-handed, she was teaching right-handed, and I was absorbing left-handed, and it wasn't working. So the way I hold the brush wasn't giving me the petals that she was doing. And so after I realized, I went in the comments, and someone asked, do you have suggestions for people that are left-handed? And so she said in the comments, she said, do the opposite of what I'm doing. And I was like, well, that is how it goes. So all I had to do was, instead of holding my brush this way, I had to turn it this way. And then the flowers, they just start popping out. This is after. Yeah, this is before. You can see the difference in the flowers once I changed the brush stroke. Doesn't that purple pop out? Like, this is it. This is it. Man, I'm loving it. Like, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful. Crystal, don't forget to hit that like button so that we can have likes on here so we can get this video to let YouTube know that there were people on here watching and they liked the video. We call it a boop. Don't forget to boop the video. Don't forget to like the video. And then I can't like my own video on here because it's on, I'm using a different program. But usually after I get off here, I go and do it. Well, aren't they pretty? So what I am going to do, I'm going to make a little book out of them. Something, I don't know. Something will get done with them. That's these. But this one, I went ahead and did a book. So this is already in book form. So we're just going to fill the pages. I'm going to have to glue, either glue these together. Yeah, I'm going to have to glue them together or something. It'll get sewn. So I'm going to sew it together with needle and thread. And then this way I'll have them already in book form. And it'll be a little book of flowers. Yes, it will. So yes, oh my God, yes, it will. And it's hard. So LaPortia's left-handed, Joshua was left-handed, and I'm left-handed. So out of 7 of my children, 2 were left-handed. We got along fine. Trying to even teach them how to tie their shoes was hard. Think about it. When you tie a bow, let me see if I can mentally do this. No, I don't have to mentally do it. Let me show you. So when you tie a bow, you do it differently. So I take my little, let's open this up so I can get the thread. So I take it and I do this. I go over because I'm left-handed. You do the opposite. You start over here and then you do over that way. And I can't do it, but yeah. So I figured it out. And then the way for me to tie a bow to where it comes out. So let me finish with the process. See how my bow look? But check this bow out. When I do this, I have to turn it upside down. See how that bow? And then when you flip it back, it's a right-sided bow. See? And that's how I've learned how to. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Happy New Year, girl. So that's how. See how that bow is perfect and everything drops down. But the other way I did it, it didn't work that way. So trying to, when I teach or when I guide people through the journey, I always pay attention to the fact that I'm left-handed. And I try to tell people when they're trying to do my flowers, their flowers might look a little wonky because I'm left-handed and I'm going to be doing it from the left side. And it's not going to work. It won't come out. Because these right here, I literally had to turn the paper. Like, in order for it to be, I was trying to figure out why my swoop looked different, right? And hers was different. So it's because I'm left-handed. I was swooping from the right to the left. She was swooping from the left to the right. So hence, it was fine. It was okay. But I was like, why isn't my flower working? So that's how that worked out. Once I got that, then it was easy for me to do it. So then I took the swoop. That it worked out fine. So when you are learning stuff from people, you do some things, not all things, but some things you have to pay attention to that they will look differently because for number one, holding this brush, this is a dagger brush. The brush she had is a wedge brush. So number one, I thought it was my brush. So what did I do? I go out and I bought brushes from Hobby Lobby, but then they're not the same. Maya was like, hey, why don't you cut this off and then you'll have a tip. And I was like, it doesn't work that way, right? Struggle with learning brush lettering because I'm left-handed. So, Dawn, here's the thing what I did. When I started learning brush lettering, I tried to teach myself right-handed. And so that made my handwriting with my right hand with brush lettering a little better, but it still wasn't great. So I learned to do. Let's see. Do I have a brush pen right here? I do. Um, let's see. We got, what color paper is that? Brown. Green should come up. But then I had to realize what? It was the person who was telling me how to hold the pen, how to do this and how to do that, they were right-handed. So then I was just like, well, just teach yourself left-handed because it's your non-dominant hand and it's usually going to work out. So when they were talking about tipping it and going up and stuff, and I was just like, that's not working for me. But because they're telling you from the left side, I mean, from the right side, right? And then over here, I just had to tell myself the same thing, just do it the opposite way. See? But it gave me a little bit of thing because now I can, if you want imperfectness, and you know I do, I want you to do this intuitively, meaning you don't think about it. So when you look at it like this right here, you go up, you come down, and you just don't think about it, right? Then you come over here, and I am definitely not teaching brush lettering. This is not what I'm doing. But you start out with the thin of the stick, and then you mash down, and you thin it up, and you come back down. So you want the hump, and then, over here, I'd always go back and want it thicker or thinner, but, so that's how I taught myself that, with doing it with my right hand. And do I like brush lettering? I love it. Like it was something, but because it was something new, and once I kind of got it, then I kind of wasn't interested in it anymore. It was just like, oh, okay, learn that, let's move on. And that is that. So that my point is, when someone is left-handed, we do it, it's just the opposite. As you can see, these things, this is with my right hand, this is with my left hand. If you get a, what do you call those things, a handwriting analysis person to come, and they will definitely tell you. This one probably with a little bit more confident. This one not so confident because of the way the things go. They got all that stuff, and it works. It's really true. But now I'm very much so confident in my lettering over here, because if I want it to be laid down and come all up, make it thin, hold the pen up and come down. See how wonky you get? But that's what I want in my prints. That's what I want in my when I'm just creating and journaling on my boards. That's what I want. I don't want it to be perfect. We don't want it to be like this. We want it to have a little bit of, oh, it's not so great. Because in the world, what? It's not so great. And we're not trying to be perfect in everything that we do. So I love those brush pens. Those are amazing. I love them for that alone. All right, so left-handed people, when they are teaching, you do the opposite of what they're saying, and if you're right-handed. And if you're left-handed and the right-handed person is teaching, you do the opposite. So mentally, you'll get it, because left-handed people have been living in the world of right-handed stuff. We've had to adapt and overcome all our lives. So we're okay with it. But when y'all start listening to us teach you, you be trying to figure out, well, what's going on? What is that? What do you mean with that? You know, I'm like, oh, nothing. You're just right-handed. You just spend too much time, whatever. All right, so let's get, oh, and let me finish showing you the other stuff before we unpack my bag. This is Maya's canvas. She didn't, it's not finished. But this one is called Nightmare Before Christmas. Excuse me. Isn't this beautiful? She did it all by hand, y'all. Tell me if that's not talented. She sat there, and the way she was doing this moon, like, it was amazing. I love all the detail, the red, like all of it. She just sat there and look at this. It's just amazing. It's amazing. And this was supposed to be the Grinch. That's why I had to look on the back. It was supposed to be the Grinch. She didn't finish him. Okay, and then look at Minnie. And this one she called Minnie Mouse. And these are all on canvas. But look at lights, Minnie. All done freehand. There was no tracing or anything. There was just, she pulled up a picture, she looked at it, and then she just drew it. I said, yeah, that's my mini-me. Although it's kind of not, because I do draw a little bit, but I prefer not to. So these were her 3 canvases that she did, and she was doing a mixed media one over there, and she hasn't finished it, so I'm not sure. And then we were playing around. I was playing around with I just stuck the heart on there and traced the heart and then took it off, and nothing else has been done. So if it'll something will come up and it'll speak to me, I'm not sure, but it's on a canvas as well. So I have been doing things in the studio. I just haven't been live. And I've been in my Patreon because that's where my focus is going to be a lot this year, is in my Patreon, growing my Patreon and growing my YouTube channel, because those are my two babies. So, all right. Oh, we got a couple more things. Isn't that pretty? Washi tape the edges. And since I was learning, remember, this is going to be my book of practice this year. Y'all know, for probably a couple more weeks, because you know it don't take me that long. And this book I got from Five Below, and the paper quality is pretty doggone good. Didn't do that one, but you can see how I've gotten better. Like, we're doing the leaves, but I think I love just everything about this page with the way it's, cornered off and it's not all over the page. You can see the difference in the two. So if I would have taped this off, it would have been squared off. Even practice sheets, you want practice sheets maybe to look cute, you still can. You don't have to worry about it. And then I was going to take my stamp and I'm going to stamp right in the center somewhere, peace, hope, and joy, because those words are moving forward with me as well. I've been organizing and cleaning out my art studio. Yes, Dawn, listen, that's why I put my word of the year. And if you have a word of the year, share in the comments so everybody can see your word of the year. I put mine on the screen. It's change. And that's where I did. I started in the studio. I got rid of a lot of stuff, cleared out a lot of things. It wasn't serving me. And if it's not serving you, why do you still have it? This is what I was doing New Year's Day yesterday. Look at that. Aren't they? Look at that flower. So what I'm trying to do is make sure I'm trying to do, let me show you this. I want two colors on my brush. So that's what I'm working on, two colors. This one was very, very vibrant. And I think once I get the right brush where it has that nice fine tip, and then when you lay the brush down, you can put two colors on. And so that's what I did. I had the red doing this yesterday, and then I had titanium white. So that worked. Let's see. I did do the Advent, but those were pre-recorded before the holidays. Other than that, I haven't been on YouTube. Oh, you pre-recorded those? I didn't know that. I really thought you were doing them live, but they were good. I like them. Gave me some thoughts for this year. Look, I was going to say next year, for this year. Advent, because I've never done Advent. I wasn't brought up like in Advent. So I didn't know what Advent was until I joined pretty much got out here on social media and the different groups, and they were just like, we're doing an Advent calendar. Who? Like, I knew there was a calendar called Advent and we got chocolate that came with it, but I didn't know it was a whole thing. So that was interesting watching you join that group, and do what they sent out and create. That was cool. Okay, so that's it. Haven't done anything because today is what? The 2nd. So I'm going to do something every day in here. This is my art journal. And we'll be doing something in here every day, probably 2 or 3 times a day. And I'm going to try to date it. And these are on canvases. This is art that I'm making for my, one of the bedrooms. It's yellow. The bedroom is yellow. And I want to make these to put on the wall. Both of the rooms. Yeah, there's 2 yellow rooms. And so then I'm gonna, now that this is dried, and this has a lot of texture, if you can kind of see the texture, like how rocky it is, it's really, really textured. And I was showing Maya how to take paste and put it in your art with your acrylic and all the things. So we did that. And if you can see the little designs in there, like, who says you need to go to the store? And this one, I took a brush, so I put the paint on there, and then I took the brush and kind of just shimming it around. So Maya had said something to the effect of putting some green right there to kind of make it just break up that line. and the composition will change. Yeah. So I'm excited about that one. So that's what we're done. That's that. I have some new handmade watercolor that's on the way that I got for Christmas. I'm excited about that. Okay, now what we've all been waiting for. Let's see. What did you say, Dawn? I don't know if I'll do it again. It was pricey. I think I can do it myself cheaper. Oh, really? Ew. How did you get the texture on the painting? It's called paste. I'm all out of it. The one I had was done. But see, if you join me over there in my Patreon, you'll get taught how to do that. Did you place extra paint on it? Nope. That's a Patreon thing. See, going in 2024, we're teaching over in the Patreon more so. Here I'm showing you, and anybody else that's on here and you want to know how I did that, click that link below and join me in my Patreon. All right, let's go over here because we have our bag. First, we have to show you our bag. It's leather bound. It's from Peg and All. I am not an affiliate. I'm not here to tell you to go and shop Peg and All. Not at all. Is this the bag that has, no, this one, you can get it designed. This one I thought it had my name on it, but it doesn't. This feels like, oh, it's the pocket on the inside. So I love this bag. Talia and, how can I say, influenced me to buy this bag, but I love it. It has already done its travels. Love anything that has leather, and it smells. You can smell this. This smells good. So let's see what's inside. This is what we're going to be doing. This is what I'm going to be doing out of this bag. This is my 2025 bag. So, of course, when we pull out, we got to have stickers. We got girly stickers. All kinds of stuff in here. But mostly it's supposed to house my red lyric stickers. The sticker girls. So we got those. And the question to God is, Lord, what is it you want of me in 2025? Everything that I do, I want it to be clear that I want the Lord to lead, guide, and direct me. And if I'm in His will and on His path, I can't go wrong. I do know serving people is definitely what I'm called to do. So we have, look, I'm pulling it out, my bad. So this is a bag full of pens. When you journal, I never know what kind of pen I'm going to roll. I do know I'm going to use these microns because they're very, very fine. Different colors. These Papermate pens because we want to write in color or whatever. So a whole bunch of pens. Okay. Fountain pens. And there's fountain pens. And this needs to go. Maybe it'll stay in here. But these are fountain pens. These are the ones I use with my ink for my calligraphy writing that I taught myself as well. Let's see. It's not brush lettering. I learned there's a difference between calligraphy and brush lettering. Calligraphy is real, real fancy. And because I had already learned brush lettering, it's kind of hard to get out of the look. But let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta think about it. Y'all can't talk and do it. And then there's the other way. Two separate ways. This is fancy. I'm getting better with that. But this is just the basic swoop and then you connect them. And the other thing I was trying to do this as well, but it wasn't working out as easy. We're on the alphabets. So these pens, and then you can just write. You don't have to do calligraphy. You can still write just regular way. Karen is extremely joyful. And so this pen is ink. You got the cartridge that goes in. Oh, and that's almost empty. Yeah. Oh, definitely. So I practice. I have another book. It's a practice book. So everything I have art journal, calligraphy. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5. I need to figure out what. Oh, I know where it is. Right here in my face. So the nibs on these are different. All these have different nibs. Nib is the tip. And this one, I think this one is extra fine. Yeah, see that one is extra fine. It's real fine. So that means when you write, the tip is going to be finer. And then when you have wider, I think this one is extra fine too. This one is fine. This one is medium, but it doesn't, see how big that is compared to the other one? And then when it comes out, this one just got clean, so it's acting funky. The ink hasn't come down or something. Let's see if it has ink in it, first of all. Yeah, a little bit. But yes, Dawn, keep practicing. Don't give up. Don't give up. At the end of the day, doesn't have to be perfect, but at least it's yours. So these are in here because they're a different kind of pen separated from these. So yes, I have all kinds of pens in there because you never know what you want to use. Okay, so that's pens, writing utensils. I have, oh my goodness, I need to print out. Listen, y'all, I forgot. I need to print it out right now while I'm thinking about it because I need to show it to you. Let's see. ALIS. Nope. Maybe it's under I do. Oh my goodness. I need to figure out where it is. It's under Karen McCoy business. Oh, did I delete everything in there? It's so what I'm looking for is, oh, there it is. Elisa, who I am part of her team, sent us a plan. So we have the plan. And you don't have to figure it out for yourself, right? I feel like I've passed it. And I thought I printed it out, but I think I left it in Alabama. Not in Alabama, in Jacksonville. I think that's what I did because it's not coming up. So bear with me for a second. Let's see. Copy address, search address, paste that. No, I don't know what I did with it. Oh my goodness. Oh well, I can't show it. But so every day, and I need to get it, I need to find it, and I'll have to tell Bridget to send it to me. Or because I hope I didn't delete it. Yep, it's not there. So that means that there's no telling. Unless she sent it under a different email. So my point is I don't have to worry about I use my daily bread. So in the morning I use my daily bread when I get them. So this one goes to February. So this is in my bag. But my thing that I wanted to share was Elisa sent us God, I don't know where that thing is. So we get these. And I shared the link in the description box below. And she has, so these are, you can get in her shop. She designed these for us to use them in our planners. We got these pretty things. She's an artist. She is an artist in her own right. Check this out. So this was Happy Mail that she sent along with the planner. But look at this. These are her things. She does these. Aren't these beautiful? Like, look at this. I just love this. Rest in God's sovereignty. So I don't know what I'm going to use these for. They'll probably go in my planner. Probably something pretty. But I have them on my desk so that I can use them. And that's that. And then, of course, I love when I get little notes from people. I keep all my notes. And that's in my bag because why? I want to use it. These, I printed this out on regular paper, but I've already used these. They're on sticker paper. So I printed them out. I used them last night. And then we got more girls because we got to have girls to represent ourselves in our planners. Okay, so we also have what I'm reading, continuing to read, is Creative Confidence. This book is amazing. And I started it last year in 2024, and I didn't finish. Like, I'm not even nowhere near finished, but I love it. So it's Creative Confidence by Tom Kelly and David Kelly. It's real good. And it's not just for if you're an artist or whatever. It's good for life reading, period. Excuse me. Okay, we have 2 planners that we're using. I don't have 5 this year. Last year I had 5. And one of them I'm still kind of using because it's not really a planner. It's not dated. And it's my marriage journal. And where is it? It's over here. I didn't stick it back in the bag. He and I. So last year I started with this one. And somehow I kind of got off track. You know why? Because I had so many books and planners and things. And in here, I wrote, different things. Is like literally what we want to do, what I want to see for our marriage, where I wanted us to go. And it was from my vantage point. It wasn't a us thing. It was a me thing and talking about our marriage. So that one is continuing. And then we have this beautiful thing here. I can't remember where I got it from. Probably somewhere, Hobby Lobby. No. Oh, no. I got it from Barnes and Noble. That's where it came from. So we're starting with that. Because this one started in July of 2024. So that's this one. And this one will be more so business. Maybe. I'm not sure because I like both of them and I want to pull out both of them. But this one, and then I like this other thing. I like that you can just slide them in my purse. Now, this one I love because it fits right into my purse. So even if I don't want to have my bag, I can just pull this out and put it in my purse because it's small. Let me see. The measurements are, I had them. I need to write them down. So this one is 6.5 by 8.5. And that's outside. If you do it from ring to, it's 7.5. If you do it ring to edge. So when I was doing the last one that I did for her kind of was giving her some segues, some points, some things. This was last year. So this is what I used last year, Faith Planner. Loved it. The thing I told her I would have wanted rings. So I got what? Rings. We got gold rings this year. And it's a hardcover, right? As opposed to this one was more paper. The cover paper, but I like this one too. I did like this and other things. And I like that this one wasn't dated. So it was more of a faith planner, right? So you get a whole bunch of blank pages. I like that because I like filling up stuff for me. I don't like the ones that tell me what to do. Okay, and so going forward with this one, you got who the planner belongs to. Of course it belongs to me. Make my heart beat the beat. The beat. Don't ask me why I wrote that. I don't know. She has scripture in here. This one came from 1 Peter 33:4. And then each page going forward has, holidays, the year in a glance, right? And then the, again, scripture, important dates to remember that you can put in the front. Then over here you have short-term goals, long-term goals. So 1 to 12 months, what's short-term goals? You're right there. 1 to 5 years, kind of put it over there. Vision board dump, like you need somewhere to kind of put an idea. You know, if you're like me, you wake up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and the Lord has dropped something in your spirit. This bag is by my bed. So usually if I would need it, because I did do that with this one. So I always have paper next to my bed, always. And then you get to write the stuff out. Vision board, small vision board, not a whole lot. You can do a whole bunch of little pictures. So let's say if we took these girls, this girl looked like she's on vacation, right? And you take her and stick her there and put a pool or something like that. So that's a vision board, mini vision board that you have in your planner, right? Hi, Trudy. Oh, yeah, Tucker and Tulips Design. Yes. Hi, Trudy. Welcome back to the studio. Thank you for joining me live. I appreciate it. I really, really, really do. We're just over here. I'm sharing what's in my bag. And you just caught me because my journal, my Blossom issue is this name. So it's 2025 plans. Brower Street is the young lady that designed this. And of course, y'all know I love these flowers. A flower does not compete. It simply blooms. Love that, right? She walks by faith, not by sight. And do. So here we are, just continuing to walk through this, because if you want to, I put the link below and the codes you would save if you want to go and support her in her business. I don't call it a small business because we like business period. Okay, and this one, hey, you like reading, you want to keep up with your books, this one has a reading list. It has pixels, not sure. Oh, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, so this one's a little bit things you want to keep note of. Maybe, like I'm a diabetic, so maybe I want to put my A1C for what it was January, February, maybe, and keep up with it. It depends on, I think this is more of a personal, what you want to do with it, how you want to use it, and then put the keynotes over here. Again, scripture, because it's scripture, but scripturally based. This one, I like the disciplines in routines. So how disciplined are you with certain things that you do? You might want to keep up with certain things. Me, I'm going to use this for, again, my diabetic journey, because I found out the last time I went to the doctor, I work out, so I walk 5 miles a day. So I would check my sugar and it'd be like 190, 180, 190. But after the walk, I'd come back in and check because they say working and exercising should make it go down. Well, when I come back in, it'd be higher, it'd be up in the 200s. So she told me that because my body isn't burning a lot of fat, it's making my sugar go up. Like the bad stuff, the bad fat I guess I got is bad fat, right? So it's making my sugar go up. So over here, I'm going to document when I go for a walk. She told me to cut it down to walk a mile each day, each time, and not 5 miles. So if I want to walk 5 miles a day, do it in increments, not all at one time. I was trying to do it all at one time, get out of the way. All right, what do you want for January? That's still my question. Like, what do you want? Ask yourself the question. I don't see the link or code. Can you put it up again? Okay, so it's in the description. But let me do this. Let me do this for you. I can do this for you. Let me do this. Let me do this. This probably would be better. All right, where can I get the code? Who is it? Who did I send it to? Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Copy. Let's put this in the comments. Paste. And the code is joy. Y'all know I like joy. 217. Okay. Definitely use the code joy 217. Can I do both of them? I don't think I can do both of them. Okay, so let me know if you can click on that and it works. Because y'all know I'm trying to get good at doing all the things. Let's move it down out of the way. Okay. All right. But so over here, I use this space as I was thinking about it. I don't usually use the word goals, so I won't. I'll probably cover that up and just put something else. Because goals, I feel like in my mind, let's talk about Karen. When I say goals and say if I have a goal to, like, my goal for reaching 500 before the new year, so it didn't happen. But at the end of the day, I don't want myself to say, oh, you didn't reach that goal, then, from a negative place. I just wanted to say, oh, okay, we still have to keep going until we reach 500, until we reach 1,000. And then once you get that, whatever it is that I've established that I would like to obtain, then that's what it is. So over here, we'll write those things down. I just won't call them goals because, again, my mind, I don't want myself subconscious to say, oh, you didn't reach it, so you must have did something wrong. Because that's what we tend to do. What do I want to focus on? Again, YouTube and my Patreon. Birthdays, we'll write birthdays for January. What events coming up in January? Any notes that you have, whatever you have. It has a lot of space. And if you're one of those people that like to use all of this space and you need more space, this whole page is blank. Go over there and use that. And then you go in, you have the month in a glance, which I love because I usually like to take my pens, all those colors you saw, and I usually like to stick stickers on them or color the boxes, X out the boxes. But hey, you don't have to do anything over if you don't want to. You got notes over here. This is where you get to fill it out. What's going on? So we already had to do the first week. It was New Year's. I worked yesterday. I had a meeting. I had a conference call. Today, I was going to do YouTube between 12 and 2. I'm on here. I've been on here. I started early. Finished book. I'm doing a book that I need to get finished, edit, get the corrections so I can send it back to the editor. So that tells me what I'm doing for the afternoon. Is this a problem if I don't do these things? Absolutely not. So I got an ebook design, which is literally pulled up on my computer right now, and the cover work for the book. So that's what we're doing the rest of today. And then at 5 o'clock, I'm done. Because again, I run my own business, so I have my own thing going on over here. And 5 o'clock is cutoff time for me. Work Monday through Friday. Did I take off the holidays? Absolutely, I did. I took off since my granddaughter's pretty much been here. And tomorrow I'm off. I got off, so that tells me. And this calendar mirrors my digital calendar. Why? Because my husband doesn't get to see this calendar, so I have to share. So some of this stuff on here, when I had a conference call yesterday in a meeting, I had to put that on my digital so that what? He won't come and ask me to do something or put on, hey, I want you to do X, Y, and Z. He can look on our digital calendar that we share and say, oh, well, she's busy from this time to this time. Okay. And then, of course, I put the little fancy girl and then the fancy shoe um, and some flowers. These are the stickers right here. This is the printable that I was saying that this month that she created that goes along. You can get this printable over in her shop. Just remember, if you do go shopping with her, use my code JOY217. For one, so that I get credit, and for two, so that you can get savings. I think that's how that works. I'm learning this stuff. This is like my second collab, and I'm just super excited. Collaboration seems to be a little bit, if they are outside of what I do, like the Bible journaling collaboration, I enjoyed it when I did it because I was doing Bible journaling. Now I haven't done Bible journaling, but I'm going to get back into it because remember, Sarah and I are going to do something. We still are over here I'm over here still trying to figure what we're going to do. Um, oh, wait, I want the lamb. Sorry, my husband is chiming in. You know, the people that can chime in through Do Not Disturb get through. Okay, this all they have. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's move on over here because we're almost time is almost up. All right. Oh, isn't she beautiful? So next week, this is my spread so far for next week. The other thing I like about the compact, the small, the petite, the way this book is, it's not overpowering, overbearing, and it's not full of white space that I have to feel like I have to fill it up. Something as simple as that makes me feel happy. It's not big. It's not a whole lot. And then it goes all the way February, March, and you already have the tabs. So for those people who like the Franken plan, then this could be something, but it already has the stuff. I like some stuff already done for me. So February, March, all the way through, it goes through December. Now, remember that I said this is so small and so cute and petite that it slides into your purse. You can take it to church. And then guess what? It has sermon notes in the back. So you can keep up with your sermon notes in your planner. Yay! Love it. So you have who the speaker was, the date of it, what was the title, the scripture, and then put down your notes. And it's all got a bunch of pages. All these are the pages for sermon notes. And then you got some more space back here in the back for notes. Like you want notes. You got plenty of paper. And I love this. Has a little gold thing, but it has a pocket back here that we can slide something. Let's slide something in this pocket so you can see it. Had lemon ginger tea. Slide it in the pocket. You get to keep up with things. Now, the one thing I will suggest to her after for the next one is maybe a place to put, and I don't know why I'm saying this because it doesn't matter because I have all things pens. But maybe I would like to have a pen. This is pink. Maybe I like to have this pen dedicated for just writing. And maybe that will cut down on the pens. Maybe if I had a place to maybe put the pen, maybe. That's minor because it doesn't really matter to me because why? I have my pens in a case. But that is it. And so then you pull that goes, bing, and there it is. Isn't she cute? Sure cute. I love everything about this. And the gold, of course, is my jam. So that is it for my planner that I will be concentrating and using this year. It will be this one. And I think I got this one because it was, I think, like $6. But when I went through it, because I needed, I know why I got this one. Because my last planner I had ended in June. And I needed one. This one helped me get through July, August, September, October, November. Right. And so January, I don't think I've done anything. Yeah, I haven't done anything in it. But I do like some of the sayings. Follow your dreams. They know the way. Follow your dreams. They know the way. Oh, love it. In February, because we got February on lock. Yes, it's the birthday month. It's the birthday month. Yes, come on through. Crystal is February the 8th. I'm February the 17th. My husband's February the 11th. My granddaughter is February the 4th. My other granddaughter is February the 7th. My grandson is February the 5th. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh, my grandmother is February the 8th. She will be 93 or 94. And I'm missing somebody else. My cousin was February the 1st. Oh, and my other granddaughter is February the 22nd. She was born 2/22/22. Talk about numbers. So this is what's in my bag. So let's kind of put this out here. My journal, talk for my marriage, and my pens. And each month she will have a printable that I will be sharing because I will be sharing this journey in this book. So you'll get to see my setup, how I set it up, how I read this book and talk about my creative confidence, and we'll do all the things. We are going to talk about how we're surviving in 2025. We're going to read the daily bread and see. Let's see what the word of the day was for today, and I can kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about. January, today is the 2nd. God's promises beyond the ruins. Yesterday was the Jesus story. I like the question. It said, what is your story with Jesus? How did he come to you and rescue you? Right? And then this one says, what are you facing? Where are you facing calamity and ruin? How do you hear God's promise to be with you, to heal and rebuild after the ruins? I take my whole life and place it here. Because life after ruins, life after death, life after walking away from the casket, life after was ruined for me. So, how God did that, where I am now on the ranch, and if you look at my video, the YouTube from today, I will try to link it to this one. If you look at that one from this morning, we had puppy time. We're talking about the puppies and all the things. This is why I do what I do, because I don't want to just talk about what God has done for me. I want to show people what God is doing for me. So we want to speak of it in now. We want to speak of it in the past of what he's done, give you some information so that you can see. And then we want to talk about the future in a positive way. We want to have joy on the journey, because why? At the end of the day, we all have ruins somewhere in our life. We all have something that has upset us, something that we've lost. And how did you recover? So that was a good question. And so in those questions, that's what I would take and possibly put in here or in here. So I would take the question. Let me show you. So the question from here. Oh, and again, do forgive me because I didn't have my printout for the scripture. There's a whole plan for January. I don't even have to think about what I want to do. She already has a scripture plan that's already written out, and I'm going to find it. I'm going to have to email her and tell her, send it to me again, or either go through my email and figure out where it's at. I know that's what it is. And so therefore I take what she sent, what this says, and then I pray and ask the Lord, what is it that you want me to gain out of all things? I need you to guide me and walk me through the journey. And that's how we're going to do it. And that's what we're doing. So this is what we'll be doing. So when you come over in the studio, either we'll be slapping a little bit of paint on paper, but most of the slapping the paint on paper will be in the Patreon. And this will be more so hanging out, talking about what I've done in the Patreon. And then I'll be sharing how I do this and what the Lord has spoken to me. And maybe it might motivate or help you. I'm not sure. But I'm not here to tell you how to run your life. Definitely not here to do that. I'm just sharing what Karen does. And if it motivates you, inspires you to do some of the things, great. That's it. Because when we have ruins in our life, how are you recovering? I happen to use art to recover. I am constantly ever learning about art. I got so to the point, I was just like, maybe I need to just go to art school so I can learn the rules so I can break them. And then I was just like, but no, we're not going to do that. But yeah, look at that. That's it. We're going to leave the desk with this beautiful piece right here. And is, okay, so, hello. How y'all doing? All right, that's what's going on over here. And look, I gotta put it all back in a pile to the right so I can put it back in my bag, because that's what's in the bag. What are you doing? Let's move that. What are you doing for 2025? How are you walking forward? What's your word of the year? If you have a word of the year, I think people share theirs. Mine is change. We're changing some things, not for the bad, not for the good, just we're walking in change. And whenever I feel the need to pivot, I'm going to pivot. I'm not going to keep walking in the same way that I have been, because I have learned, and rebuilding after the ruins, if I really, 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 really take care of Karen, I'm learning that everything comes out better. Because you know what? First of all, I feel better. And then I serve from a place of fullness. And then I serve and I give better, how can I say? I don't want to say advice. I think I come from a clearer place when I'm happier. And I don't know if I've gotten on here and had a blow up episode. I don't think I have. I have had some Porch Chronicles over on my TikTok though, where as I was going through the process of the trial and all the things with my son's murder, the people that murdered my son, I was pretty angry in the justice system and talking about, things, because it's like, it was 5 years. Why is it taking so long? I mean, I don't understand. And then I was like, I do look at too much TV, so I expect things to not take 5 years. I expect it to take maybe 5 minutes, 5 days, or something like that. So But I'm grateful to say that I get to start 2025 with no court stuff, no district attorney calling my phone saying we got to do this or how do you feel about that. I get to really, really, really walk forward and decide how the ruins are being built, rebuilt. Because in Rome and over in Europe, they don't tear stuff down. That's why you used to have the Colosseum. How old is that, right? Here in America, we tear stuff down. We get rid of it. Like, that's why the tiny house that's in the back, it's 125, 28 years this year. I don't want to get rid of it. I want to not change it so much. I want to kind of refurbish it back to the way it was when the people that lived in it lived in it. Do I want to have Wi-Fi in it? No, because when you look at it, it's not that kind of house that you would have Wi-Fi. They didn't have it. Like, I even thought about putting a outhouse because they didn't have inside plumbing 128 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, um, I am full of joy going into 2025, and I'm so excited because last year this time I was under the bed. I was sick. And I didn't get out literally until and feel better till coming into February of last year. So I'm grateful that I feel 100%, 110, 120%. And it's because I took care of me in 2024. I really did what I wanted to do. And I'm not going to say that I didn't care how it affected other people, but I did what was good for me. And at the end of the day, I didn't do anything that was harmful to me. But what I did do, I didn't show up for everybody. Now, that did piss some folk off or probably made some people like, well, what's up? And it wasn't that type. So all I'm saying to you is when I tell you don't pour from an empty cup, and I got an empty glass, when I say don't pour from an empty place, I'm serious. Don't pour from an empty place. You go to work every day, you got a husband, you got a wife, you got children. Take care of you first. If I would have known this when I was raising my children, I would have been I wouldn't have been so angry some days. When one child pissed you off, then you spread it down through the rest of them. Or when the end pissed you off, it was going uphill. You know what I'm saying? So if I would have taken care of Karen first, then I think it would have been better. And I learned this later on in life, maybe through the end children. That's why the first children say the end children just got away with murder. They didn't. I just learned how to take care of me first, and then I didn't put a lot of pressure on them. And I apologize to the first set of children because I was not a happy mom. And so you have to sometimes apologize to your children because you're not doing what you've learned. We learn. I'm ever learning, right? So if there's something that you need to do for you, do it for you. And then that way you can serve them from a happy place, a joyful place. Like, I was talking to a friend yesterday and she was just like, girl, you need to come to my house. I was like, didn't you just hear me say I'm happy at home? Like, I'll come. You've been saying that. I'll come when I get there. And I was just like, it'll be okay. Right. So I'm happy here. And when I feel like I need to leave, because I do need to be stimulated by people and all the things, then I'll go and leave and come back home. But I'm happy. I'm at peace right here. And I love it. That's all. Do something for you that makes you so happy that everybody else gets pissed off. That's what I'm trying to say. And then once you start pissing people off, just be like, don't take it personal. I just got to take care of me. And that's it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. It's 3 minutes past. Well, finna be 4 minutes. But I just wanted to share and drop those little nuggets and let you know where we're going in 2025 over here on the channel. I'm still gonna be here, still gonna be showing up. We're just gonna tone down some things because we're gonna want our Patreon to grow. And if you're watching the replay and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel because we're gonna have some great things coming up. And all of the things to expound on what I do here in the channel will just happen to be in the Patreon. So it'll just, all the teaching will be in the Patreon. All the showing will be here. And then some days you might get lucky and I do some of the things. But we have history. And I'm so grateful that you're here to join me on this journey. I really am. So remember what I said. Take care of you. Do one thing every single day. One thing every single day that has you first, y'all know what? Because we can't pour from these empty cups. Crystal, I'll be in town. I think on the 12th. I'll let you know. I have a dentist appointment, and so I'm going to come. And then after that, I will be heading to South Florida, and so I might hang around. Let's see what the calendar says. I might hang around for that week and then leave from South Florida. I leave from Jacksonville and just head to South Florida. It depends. It depends if I can stay away from the ranch that long, because I might, you see what I'm saying? That's how it is. Because I can only control what goes on around here. I can't control, once I leave the house, I can't control what goes on in other people's houses. So I stay home so I can control what goes on here. All right, guys. I love y'all and thank y'all for showing up and thank you for hitting that boop, boop, boop. And again, if you're watching the replay, Happy New Year. And leave in the comments what your word of the year is, if you have one. Let us know. Join us in the conversation piece. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and hang out with us. And again, if you want the link for the planner, it is in the description box below. And make sure you use the code JOY217, right? So that way I'll get credit and then you'll get something nice. All right? Subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. Thank y'all for showing up for me. See you later.